Do you know the story of a man who became one of the biggest icons in the whole world? He was a brave dreamer with a big heart and a very talented revolutionary who changed history forever. This is the true story of Che Guevara. Big dreams started from a very hard life, hard work every day, fame, ideals of justice for the poor, many problems. But he became one of the most loved symbols in history for fighting for the oppressed. Let's start from the beginning. Che Guevara was born on June 14, 1928. He came into the world in the city of Rosario, Argentina. When he was born, his full name was Ernesto Guevara de la Serna. Later, he was also called Che by his friends. His mother, Celia de la Serna, was a strong woman with ideals, and his father, Ernesto Guevara Lynch, supported the family with love. When Ernesto was only a small baby, he began having serious asthma attacks that made breathing very difficult. The little boy had to live with asthma, one problem after another. For some time, it even stopped him from running and playing like other children. Life was sometimes very hard, and he often felt weak and had to stay in his small bed when he wanted to be outside. But even in the hardest times, a big flame burned in his heart. He dreamed that one day he would be strong, help the poor, and make the world fair and just for everyone. He liked to look at books about history and heroes who fought for the people and dreamed with determination that he would be like them one day. When he was a child, he went to school and studied very hard every day despite his health problems. He felt the limits of his body, but his big heart pushed him to learn more and more. He decided to become a doctor so he could help sick people and the poor who had no one to care for them. The studies at university were long and difficult, but he worked very hard every day and never gave up. Even when asthma made him tired and weak, he continued to study late into the night. He practiced reading medical books for hours and dreamed that one day his knowledge would help change many lives. Many people around him saw his determination and believed he would do great things. He felt happy when he passed his exams and got closer to becoming a doctor. At the same time, he was scared that his health would stop him from helping others the way he wanted. He wanted to be respected as someone who truly cares for the poor and fights for them. He worked very hard every day to improve his skills and prepare for a life of service. He believed that one day he would use everything he learned to make a real difference. When he was a young man, he decided to travel across Latin America to see more of the world and understand the lives of other people. He went on a long journey with his friend Alberto on a motorcycle that took them through many countries and villages. During this trip, he saw with his own eyes the terrible poverty, hunger, and injustice that so many people faced every single day. He saw sick children without medicine, workers without rights, and families living in terrible conditions. This journey broke his heart, but also made the flame in his soul burn even brighter for justice. He felt the pain of the oppressed people deep inside and decided he had to do something big to change their lives. He returned home with a much bigger dream: to fight for a world where no one suffers from unfairness and everyone has a chance. He felt even more determined after everything he had seen on the road. The brave dreamer inside him did not let the hard sights break him. He had to work very hard to turn his dreams into reality. He met Fidel Castro in Mexico, a brave leader who was planning a revolution to free Cuba from dictatorship. They became friends and comrades and Che decided to join the fight for the Cuban people. He trained hard every day to prepare for the dangerous missions ahead. He learned new skills and studied how to help in the struggle for freedom and justice. Many people told him that the revolution would never succeed and that it was too risky. He was determined to prove them wrong no matter what and to help the people win their freedom. He changed the way he lived and thought to become a true revolutionary dedicated to the poor. He felt happy when he was accepted into the small group that would go to Cuba. At the same time, he was scared of failing and letting down everyone who believed in the dream of justice. He wanted to be respected as a real fighter and doctor for the people, not just someone with big ideas. He worked very hard every day to improve his abilities and get ready for the challenges. Even when he was tired and his asthma made it hard to breathe, he continued to train and study. He believed that one day the Cuban people would be free and live with dignity. In 1956, the small group sailed on a boat called the Granma to start the fight in Cuba. The trip across the sea was very dangerous and many things went wrong, but the survivors reached the island. They began the long struggle in the mountains with almost nothing. Life in the Sierra Maestra was extremely hard, with little food, cold nights, rain, and constant danger. Che worked as a doctor treating the wounded fighters and also the poor local people who had no help. He showed great compassion and helped everyone he could, even when he himself was weak from asthma. He felt the loneliness of the mountains, but his big heart kept him going for the dream of justice. He worked very hard every day and never gave up on the revolution. No matter how difficult the conditions were, his big heart, full of love for the people, made many fighters and locals respect and follow him with trust. One day, after many hard battles, small victories came and the group grew stronger and braver. Che felt happy when they won important fights and more people joined the cause of freedom. At the same time, he was scared of the big challenges still ahead and of not succeeding for the Cuban people. He wanted to be seen as a true revolutionary who fights for the rights of the poor and oppressed. He practiced his medical skills and leadership for hours every day after long marches through the jungle. Many people in the beginning told him and the group that they would never win against the powerful army. He was determined to prove them wrong no matter what and to keep fighting for justice. He changed his life completely to live in the mountains and dedicate everything to the revolution. He felt happy when he finally got to play important roles in key battles. He wanted to be respected as a real leader and doctor who helps the people win their freedom. He worked very hard every day to improve his abilities and inspire the other fighters with his example. Even when he was tired from asthma and the hard life in the mountains, he continued to study books about revolution and strategy. He believed that one day they would win and create a better Cuba for everyone, especially the poor. After years of very hard struggle and many battles, the revolution triumphed in January 1959. Che became one of the most famous and respected figures in the new Cuba and around the world. He worked very hard every day in important government positions to build a better society. He helped give land to the peasants, create schools for children, and bring health care to the poor. He wanted Cuba to be an example of justice and equality that the whole world could see. Even when he felt the pressure of big responsibilities, He kept working hard to achieve his goals for the people. At the same time, he sometimes felt the weight of fame and the loneliness that comes with it. He dreamed with all his heart of helping not only Cuba, but also other countries where people still suffered. In 1965, he decided to leave Cuba and continue his fight for justice in other parts of the world. He was very smart and loved to read and learn new things about how to create a better and fairer society. He dreamed with all his heart of a world without poverty and without oppression for anyone. Even at the height of his fame as a revolutionary icon, he sometimes felt sad and the heavy weight of the struggle inside. He went first to the Congo in Africa to support the people fighting for their freedom and dignity. The conditions were extremely difficult, and the mission did not succeed as he had hoped. But he never gave up on his big dreams of justice for the oppressed. Later, he went to Bolivia to start a new struggle to help the poor and fight against injustice there. Life in Bolivia was very hard and dangerous, but Che continued with all his strength and heart. He worked very hard every day and never let the difficulties break his spirit or his dreams. On October 9th, 1967, Che Guevara died at the age of 39 in La Higuera, Bolivia, while fighting for his ideals of justice. Many people believe his life had become completely dedicated to the cause of the poor and the fight for a better world. His story shows us that even from a very hard beginning with asthma and many challenges, big dreams of justice and helping the poor can become reality if you work hard and never give up. Che changed the way people saw the fight for the rights of the oppressed and brought compassion, determination, and deeply human ideals to the struggle. Many people still read his books and learn about his life today and love his unique spirit of courage and hope. His life teaches us to be strong, to keep going, and to follow our dreams of a fairer world no matter what problems come our way. He showed the world that it is possible to dedicate your life to helping others even when life is very hard. His story will continue to inspire people for many years to come. Che Guevara will always be remembered as a true legend of courage in the fight for justice and equality. He taught us that even from a very difficult life, big dreams of making the world better for everyone can come true if you believe in yourself and work hard every day. His courage and hard work made him a real example for many people around the world who dream of equality and freedom. He will always be an example of strength, compassion, and courage for generations to come. Thank you for listening to the end.